JC, good evening. Good evening. Hope you can hear me. Actually, let me check. Yeah, you should be able to hear me. I'm doing pretty good. A bit tired. Mm. Mm. What about yourself, Jace? How are you? Alrighty. Okay, great. Well, got a haircut. Yeah, I need a haircut as well. Most likely tomorrow. Let me put some fresh water in this glass and let's get started today. Let's start hacking away. Okay. So basically, yeah, so a few things we got to do today, and we will. And then we're going to finally move to something else, hopefully. All right, so first thing I want to do, and let's try to be productive today without any joke. So first and foremost, we need to do this body limit, right? I think I've asked ChatGPT because they don't have, Fastify doesn't have a native way to handle this error, like to alter it, but all right, never mind. Let's just go over here. Here's Ryan. Hey, Ryan. How you doing, buddy? Um, handle Fastify JS body limit error side a custom handler. Nice. Okay, beautiful. That's literally what we want. Yeah. So basically, if we go now, so let's kind of start there. So let's go to our error handler, right? Somewhere around here. Okay, so let's actually get this. This is not bad at all, in fact. And let's go somewhere. Set up error handlers. Let's see what we've got here. Utils index. Yeah, those utils are slightly useless now in a way. How they're organized. Oh, not useless, rather just poorly organized. Okay. So let's actually get over here and let's put this fella over here for now. Good, man. Good. You have to keep making progress every day. Small steps, and it's going to be great. Payload too large from, I guess we're supposed to implement it. We'll actually see. So let's say this from Fastify. It's actually strange. It doesn't seem that they actually have payload too large. Okay. All right, let's just see. Yeah. So let's get this crap. Let's start cleaning this up what we wrote past couple of streams, and then hopefully we can do something else. And no, that's not what I want at all. So we'll just get rid of a bunch of that. We'll get rid of this. Actually know what we're going to do instead. And we'll test that in a moment. So what we're actually going to do, we're going to... Thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. So let's smack it somewhere around here. So let's say, hey, if it's custom error, if type is validation error, if error is validation, blah, 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 blah. So let's maybe do it somewhere around here, right? So we're going to say, hey, if, and do we have reply? How? Yeah, so, and then we're going to say, hey, and then let's actually get rid of this completely, right? Don't really need this at all. And then we'll test this in a sec. So that's actually good. So let's see if reply status is this. We still want to respond probably with some AJV error, right? So we're going to do actually, the biggest problem is the instance path because we actually don't know it here, right? So I wonder if this is useful. So this really boils down to how we're gonna end up using it. That's mainly it. That's payload too large isn't really useful, is it? So let's actually still return this as an AJV custom error of ours, right? In the instance path is gonna be so I'm gonna hard code it here. I'm just gonna say yeah, actually, why not? And then we can do something generic maybe in the, yeah. And then here we can say payload is too large, right? Then we can test that by trying to upload some image and basically seeing this thing take over, right? So if we just decrease this number to literally 25 bytes or something, right? So this now limit should be incredibly low. So if we actually try to upload an image now, we shouldn't even reach the point of our handler for this specific thing. And we should, I think, get that crap. Give me 1 second. So if we do this and that, and I think we do most likely pending request body is too large. Okay, that's actually, no, not really. So we didn't manage to handle it. That's the problem, right? So this did throw. Does the actual, do we even get the error in here? Let's see. Dog, cat, cow, error. Let's try to so this is now hanging, doesn't matter. Let's try to reply this XHR. So we do actually get it. Dog, cat, cow, Fastify, error request body is too large, right? So we do get it there. Is it difficult to code? And no, not really, not really. Let's just change the, Jesus fucking Christ, man, come on. Let's get over here. If reply status code, let's actually, and that's also maybe the issue. Let's try the error instead. Let's actually, yeah. Let's reply that again. So we have the message request body is too large. I guess we could handle it like this. We're not going to do it. I just want to make it kind of do something. So what if we say if error.message is instead of counting on the actual status code, right? Try that again. Reply. No, it still doesn't work. $25 gold. Good evening, buddy. So yeah, so that's a bit strange. So why are we not? Oh, I mean, did I get mad? I don't think I ever get mad. I've been doing this shitty job for so long that I'm just used to things not working, right? So no, no, not at. I wouldn't think so. No, I don't think so. No. It's Phase. Good evening, buddy. How's life? And this is 3.5 version. Okay. So let's go with the 4. Why didn't I do that? Simple words when Fastify.js throws 4.3. I'd like to handle that case in my error handler and throw a custom error. I mean, Ryan, I don't have much to tell you anymore on that, man. It's like I don't know right much about what you know, what you don't know, right? So I mean, if you think so, then what can I tell you, right? I told you already the most basic things, right? You have to, yeah, you have to just yeah, you have to keep on working and keep on building things, and that's it. What's your strong suit? How do you know? I mean, it's just the way that the way that you elaborate and conceptualize things is very weird to me. You're saying front end is not my strong suit, back end is. What do you know about back end? What have you done in back end so far to say that, right? So that is the ultimate question, right? You don't have that knowledge to say such things, right? You cannot conceptualize that in a way to make such statements, right? You might change your mind in 2 weeks from now when maybe you're gonna realize that that's also not what you like, right? Test cow, exactly. Test cow 413. So yeah, that is actually good. So wait, let's restart this crap. Why the fuck does this shit hangs, man? Like, why? That's so weird. Like, so weird, man. All right, so that is good. What the hell is happening with my front end then? Oh, okay, so this fucking shit is lagging, man. Jesus Christ, man. So maybe it's actually fine now. Wait, let's see. Okay, good. So we just had to refresh the fucking page. All right. All right, cool. So if we go preview, validation, payload is too large. Let's actually leave it as 413. I'm gonna prove everyone wrong. I mean, Ryan, are you doing this for yourself or for others, right? You should not be proving anything to anyone, man. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself a day before, right? So you don't have to prove anything to anyone, man. It seems that someone has put a lot of pressure on you, my friend. You need to kind of get out of that state of mind. That's not healthy for you, man. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, man. Okay, so that's great. So we've handled that thing right now, and we're just throwing the validation error instead, right? And this is only if the Fastify itself intercepts this, right? What a good looking site, bro. Thanks, man. Glad you like it, man. And then let's figure out, okay, so I guess this is in bytes. So let's see. So this is a super huge limit. So byte to MB. Yeah, exactly. So let's allow pictures of, let's say, 50 kilobytes, right? That's sufficient, I think. All right, cool. So let's now see what happens. So, and I actually don't like that. So actually, no. I think we're gonna leave this body limit to what it is, right? So we're gonna leave it. I think it's 1 megabyte by default, right? And then, yeah, I think it's 1 megabyte by default, right? All right. So let's see now. Yeah, Felix, it's 100 kilobits. All right. That's great. That's good. Because so let's not touch the actual limit. So let's leave this, and we are actually handling that ourselves at least now here. So that's great. This over rise the default Fastify error for body. All right. So let's leave that as such, right? So that's great. That's good. Okay, so that's good. That's great. Okay. Now, if we go to over here and do this. Ryan, I think they're just messing with you, man. think they're just messing with you, man. It's okay. Don't get triggered. It's just internet, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, you're 23. You said years old, so that's not really a fully grown ass man. But I guess, yeah, you are. All right. I'm 49 kilobytes. Code 4542. Thank you, buddy. All right, don't be lazy. This platform is incredibly passive aggressive, right? Good, good, beautiful. That's exactly what I want. Beautiful. I like that. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That's exactly what I want. I want you to get mad. Hey, Alex, some sites don't take some images unless you do the unblock thing from the pro. I'm not sure what you mean unblock whatever. You mean the ad blocker in your browser? Shit. What the fuck is happening, man? Are you kidding me? Like, why are we still getting this fucking crap, dude? 9 megabytes? What the fuck, bro? How can this be 9 megabytes, man? Are you kidding me? Okay, well, so it's 6.8 and then it's Drav, good evening, buddy. No, no, I mean it's okay, right? I mean it's just that's how it is, right? It's just what the fuck, man? We don't really have an option here. That's the thing, right? If we had an option, we don't really have an option here, right? And I kind of hate that yeah. Thank you very much for the follow. Give me 1 second. I'll answer the questions. I need to focus a bit here. Yeah, this is huge ass file, right? So we get 413 here, right? Instance path contents. Flying, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. AJ validation error. Let's see. Is there some place where I'm? Yeah, so that's good, right? So this is actually fine-ish, right? Is this gonna? Oops, sorry, my bad. So what if I do this? Thank you everybody for your follows, guys. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, this is a big ass image, so that's actually good to test this. And then I'll take a look at that compression thing, right? For sure. Definitely, definitely. Why did it fail instantly? Like, so this completely terminates it, right? So this crap terminates it completely, it seems, right? So this like instantly gets terminated, right? By the request body is too large. The thing is, right? I don't want to go crazy with this. I mean, I don't want to. I don't care much about it, right? The biggest, the only thing now that I'm trying to solve is this body limit that's set on the Fastify itself interferes with validation, right? So if the file you're trying to upload, right? I don't have a green screen, no. It's just I've just hidden what's behind me. No, I will never get that. I'll never get that. I just basically did this, right? So I'm still in my room. I don't have any green screen. It's just I have this I have RTX NVIDIA graphics card, so it just I literally say background removal here, right? I can also do like background replacement, right? And it's gonna be the same crap, right? I think it's just easier to there's more space. It's just there's more space on the screen when I'm coding, so that's why I'm doing it, right? And yes, simple cookie, we can. Yes, 100%. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what 25 gold is saying. Yeah. So this is kind of the problem. Yeah, the problem to say, right? Because we're not really responding with this. We have error status code 413, and then this doesn't actually do what I want, right? I want to. So that's kind of right. Yeah, that's kind of the shitty part now, right? So this is good, right? As long, yeah. So this is fine now, right? Yeah. All right. Let's ask. Let's go to ChatGPT, right? Version 4, and let's say, is there some common way to compress files in the browser before user uploads them? More specifically, base 64 images. Okay. Okay, I see. I see. I see. Just I don't want to go crazy with this. That's the only worry, right? I don't want to go super crazy with this crap, right? So we need to be careful, right? Yeah, let's see, right? Again, as I said, the only worry here is that I don't want this to be, right, like something too crazy, right? But let's see, right? Let's see what it is. Let's see what we can do. Agreed. Let's go to our front end again. What did I want to do? We'll see where this is gonna end. I don't know for now. Okay, beautiful. And then we have a callback here, right? Okay, so let's rewrite this a bit. So this should actually, I guess, be promise-based. Actually, let's just come here. Rewrite this to be promise-based, not a callback. Yeah, exactly. Just so I don't need to do it manually. This is literally exactly what I wanted. Yeah, and then just result. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, good. So let's get this crap over here again, or actually just, yeah, whatever. And let's do this. Okay, cool. The image is larger than the max width, blah, blah, blah. Max width, max height. Okay, this is, yeah, that's not disgusting. Yeah, it's okay. Let's see what this actually does. Draw the image in the canvas. Get base64 URL representation. This is going to give us the base64 string, right? Then if we get basically here, right? So yeah, I think this read data is URL is what. So this gives us basically the base 64 thing, right? So this is the conversion to base 64, right? Um, okay, so let's just ask it. Ah, I see. Okay. Handle image selected. Okay, let's see. Beautiful. Okay, so that's what the bot rewrote. So let's grab this and then figure out what it did. Handle image selected. Yes. All right, cool. Well, let's see if that makes any sense, right? We don't know. We don't know. Are we having the same fucking issue, man? Like a few days ago. Leo, good evening, my friend. Fuck is this crap here? Not much, man. Not much. What about yourself? Jesus Christ. Yeah, man, exactly. Good too, not much. Sorry, man, I'm just focused here on this shit. Like, uh, yeah, just annoying fucking thing, man. Yeah, why is this crap not loading now again, man? Are you kidding me, man? Jesus Christ, man, this is like, yeah. No, this is something got fucked up with the tooling of. This has nothing to do with Node version. All right, so great. So let's wait for the Docker to restart. Try that again. 2004. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for the follow, man. Give me 1 second, guys. Just had to fix this crap. Hello, hello. How is life, buddy? All right, let's try this again. All right. What did we fucking even do, man? I forgot. What did we do now? Oh yeah, the image compression, right? So let's try this big ass image again. And actually, that's failing already. Beautiful. On file loaded is not a function. What? Wait. Did we open this stuff? Yeah, all right. All right, so where was that missing handler and why didn't it complain? So what was it? Blah, blah, blah. Cannot return the files. What the fuck? Unselect file. Unselect file. Unchange. Okay. Let's actually see. And why is this async? Let's see here. Console.log. Then .target.files. Hello, fellow nerds. Good evening, buddy. How's life? All right, let's try that once again. File loaded is not a function. Ah, I see. I see. On image. Okay. So this is the problem. I think we're missing this bad boy here, right? Let's see what I've done. So are we using this on image selected now? No, we're not. So that's the problem, right? Well, actually we are, but then we're using this crap, which is an async function now. Yeah, I see. I see. Okay. I see. All right. Cannot read properties of undefined reading files. Try that again. Yeah, I don't know. Chrome seems to be mega failing tonight. I don't know what the fuck is happening, man. But it's super annoying. Super annoying. Some of those image uploads seems to be messing up Chrome big time. like big time, big time. Let's try that fucking shit again. So that's undefined. All right, so this is the bot didn't do this properly, did it? On select file, on change file input, on change. Ah, I see. Okay. So this is obviously, yeah. Yeah. So this is the actual file, right? Okay, let's fix that up. Try that crap. Okay, so we do have the file here, right? Okay, and we have the blob and all of that shit. So we set the file and then let's do this. Give me 2 seconds here. All right. Wait a minute. So what the fuck did this shitty robot mess up? Why was this async before? I don't actually know. File loaded is not a fucking function. We're still so okay. I see. All right. So let's just fix one thing. So I've just noticed one thing here. So we're getting that error anyway because wait on file loaded because we're using. Okay. All right. All right. So let's yeah. Okay. Where's this thing? All right, so let's do that. Okay, so that's good. Now going back here and seeing what we have, right? What we could do instead, fiddling with this, so this logic doesn't belong here anyway, honestly. So what we could actually do, Ash, thank you very much, buddy. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to our file input thing, and we're gonna actually tell it to implement it here. So let's go to ChatGPT crap, right? So we're gonna try that. So we're gonna try to have our file input to deal with all of that logic, right? Implement compression directly into my file input component, right? I think that's better. And then we can use that functionality ever. And then I will need to refactor that a bit because probably this is going to write it in a very shitty way. Async handle select. All right, that's a big ass handle select, I can tell you. Handle select. We're gonna get rid of that crap. I'm gonna implement this. Let's see if the bot is that smart. I mean, that's okay. We've gotten the, yeah, that's fine, right? Let's actually try with that big ass image we had. It was like, I don't know, 9 MB or whatever, right? Let's try that. So this one was the biggest one I think we had, right? So let's see what happens, how big it is when we try sending it now. Yeah, I don't actually see it compressed at all. Or maybe it is. Let's just try something crazy. Just to see if this is actually doing anything at all. Let's just reduce it to like oblivion, right? Let's just reduce it to complete oblivion, right? Let's see. No, I don't think this does anything. It's not doing anything. Of course, you can suggest it, man. That would be great. Why not? Why not? So it actually does work, right? So we can see that it did that head exactly. So, so on file loaded, I see. The problem is that we're using on change, not on file loaded, right? So that's the problem, right? So I think we should be using on file loaded. So that's why it didn't work. Okay, let's fix it over here. So let's get over here, over here. And instead of on change, shit, wait a minute. So that's what we have to figure out now. Yes, exactly. So that we're not uploading the compressed one. Good evening, Panix, my friend. So yeah, so this is fine, right? So but now this is actually going to give us the base 64 thing, which is actually fine, because then we could technically clear this shit out here. We don't really need. Then we would be able to remove all of this logic from here instead, right? So yeah, actually that's great. I think we can do that. So let's just on file load it here. So we're gonna say, yeah, and this now we're kind of coupling this file input to a lot of things, right? And that's not great, of course, like because now it's gonna be base 64 always and stuff. So I'll need to rewrite this a bit eventually, so it's not always basic because we're not, because now this is, yeah, because we're yeah, because this is gonna potentially fuck up now. Let me just think a little bit about this. Okay, so wait, so let's go here and say uh, uh, extend the compress image with an additional argument to, that will determine the type of the image returned. Right, for now, just supports a file. Yeah, so we're gonna extend this with this output type, right? Because we don't always want the base 64 image. And now we are kind of extending the file input, which we're using, for example, for uploading an avatar, right? So in that case, we want to make sure that, yeah, we don't fuck things up, right? Yeah, I mean, this is a bit complicated. Not complicated, like code-wise. It's just that there's a lot of shit now to think about here, right? That's the problem. Yeah. Yeah, that's fixed. That's fixed. Yeah, we fixed that. Yes, yes, definitely. No, I'm just Yeah, yeah. Because all right, I mean, yeah, yeah. Because we'll need to extend this file input now with compression options, right? And yeah, and stuff like that, right? So we'll need this here now. Leo, good night, my friend. Have a great one, man. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. So by default, we're gonna get base 64. Do we want that? We'll see. All right. I mean, I don't think it's complicated, right? But this whole task is fairly complicated, right? What is complicated? What's complicated is just there's a lot of there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff to cover, right? So it's a lot. It's not the most generic code, right? The code that most of us are used to, right? So that's the problem, right? The problem is that it's not type of code that you just write daily, right? Create an endpoint, write a component. It's a lot of it's a lot of stuff, right? Exactly, exactly. Okay, what I wanted to do, yeah, over here. So essentially now this file input takes compression options, right? I think it does at least. Yeah, and this is where TypeScript is useful, right? And then we want to say here enabled true, and this should be an object, right? Let's just actually call it compression instead. Options is an implicit thing, right? So let's just call it compression. Let's see what happens now if it breaks or whatever, right? No, it doesn't work yet, okay? Yeah, and I know actually, so we'll fix that in a moment. It doesn't work, right, because we're using on change in here. We're not using on select, right? So we're using on change. So I think technically now, oh yeah, and then another thing, right, is, so if we go back over here, right, so the one of the other things that is this on file loaded, it just provides the file. So I think it would be more useful if we also give it a this information here, right? So actually, Bruno, good evening, buddy. So I think another change that we want to make is this, right? So on file loaded, yeah. So let's just do it like this, because in here it's okay, right? But in those cases, it's not okay, right? So here we are actually getting the file that's defined here, and that's great. And then the file itself has those properties, right? Name, size, type. Yeah, so that's kind of shitty if you ask me. So now we've kind of messed up a bit of the interfaces here, right? Rainy, good evening. It's going well, guys. Going well. Just hacking away as always. Give me 1 second. Let me just check one thing. So here we have upload avatar that we pass to our, where's my input, file input? Yeah, so you can see I'm using both here on change when the file is selected, right? So we set the file, and then on file loaded, right? So it's okay, right? So that's kind of fine right now, because we have that we're not going to do that now. So we're going to do that once we refactor stuff and stuff. I don't care really about having different functions at this point in time, right? At this point in time, I want to make sure that things work, right? If there's 2, 1, or 15 functions at this point, I don't really care much, right? Because things don't work yet. I'm not going to start separating things until they work, right? So that's at least how my approach. So now the only question is, right? Yeah. Well, I don't find this code messy at all, right? That's the thing. It's some code is just more complicated than other, right? It's just there's a lot of stuff here, right? And I don't think there's anything there's nothing here to break into 2 functions, right? Like this compressed image returns either one type of image or the other, right? So there's absolutely no difference, right? Because you're used to messy code. I mean, yeah, I guess so, yes. So So yeah, what the hell should we do here is the question, right? Yeah. So why did I ever need two handlers? Let me figure that out on change. So why did I care before between the difference? So on file loaded, I set the local source. Then on select file, I do this. What? Okay, this is probably because of the preview, right? That we have over here, right? And yeah, now we have fucked that one up. Yeah, exactly. I guess so, right? Yeah, okay, sure. That's okay. That's fine, right? It's just we are missing a conditional operator, right? Because here we have a preview, right? So that's why I guess we needed that crap, right? I live in Denmark. I live in Copenhagen. This is the only time I can basically stream because I work. Then I'm with my son and wife. So I just do it in the night, right? All right, so let's close all of that crap. And I don't know. I need to think about it. I don't know how I want it to function. That's the thing, because I don't think we need. Thank you very much for the. Oh, you're Danish. Nice, nice man. So it's a matter of figuring out how I want this to work. No, I mean I'm not talking about compression. Compression is already fine. It's just some shitty function that reduces the image, right? So that's okay. It's more about having two different handlers for file input, right? And I know, and they serve different things, right? It's just the question, the ultimate question is, do we really need it or do we not, right? So that is the main question, right? Because over here we have, when I select a file and when the actual file loads, right? And I think we need this for the preview, right? So when the file loads, set local source, and where is this? Yeah, and then I'm using this local src to basically display the preview, right? Yeah, so if there's local as source, yeah, the screen is up mainly because, you know, I don't use it much, right? I mean, I just look at the chat time to time, right? So I don't look at that screen. It's just where my OBS is and where you guys are, right? But yeah, it is high, of course. It's literally on top of this screen, right? You're absolutely right. All right. It's not a green screen, or maybe you guys call it like that. Fuck it. Let's just remove the background and let's turn on the lights. And then let's turn on the blur. There we go. There we go. All right. Just for you, man. Shut the fuck up. All right. So let's do one thing. So let's take away this this thing away from here. The fuck is this? Fuck is that, man? Jesus Christ. All right. So what we're actually gonna do, right? We're gonna replace rename this to image input. There's no problem. The problem is I need to design this in my head. I need to figure out how I want this to work. I'm not designing features for one purpose only, right? I need this thing to align well with the rest of the system, right? So there's no problem. It's just figuring out how I want thing, right? Yes, Copilot, correct. Yes, exactly. If it's not valid, yeah, that's super annoying, man. That's super annoying. Agreed, 100%. That's actually good. It does. It's very good. It's very good. It's very good. I would highly suggest it. Yes. Now, there is one inconsistency here, though, right? Because this is always going to be a base 64 image, right? And this isn't. Uh, Lyso, good evening, buddy. How is life? How is life serving you? And that's okay, right? So that's okay, right? So the only thing now we have to decide on is where is it image input? Yeah. Let me actually just go. Blah blah blah. Image file input. All right. Well, okay. So let's go here now and let's say Mm. Oh yeah, sure. Bounty, good evening, buddy. How's life, man? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you, man. So here now we're getting base64 file, right? So that's good, right? Okay. So let's adjust this crap now towards that. So okay, now I see. All right, cool, cool. So we read the file here. That's what I was doing. I get some metadata, or to say I get the file name and all of that stuff, the type, blah blah blah, right? That's okay. That's fine, right? And then yeah, we'll need to slightly change that, right? Okay. And then what we do this, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So we will not be calling. So here we get the base64 file, right? And we're just calling this stuff to actually get those three things, right? I see. Well, actually, we could technically improve that slightly, right? So if we go back here, right? So let's do something like this. Const file, it actually will not need that just for 1 second. So we're going to say actually file, it's going to be one of those two things, right? And then we're going to have, so let's actually do this. Then we're going to have file name type, and yeah, that's it, right? So that's okay, right? That's okay. All right, so let's actually go back here now again and see what this crap is. So yeah, so now we get the base64 image, right? We get the file name and image. That's great, right? So that's great. So for this, and we'll need to slightly adjust this, but in simple words, right, we no longer need this at all, right? So we can actually get rid of this. And then, yeah. In fact, yeah, we might not need any of that actually. So what we can really do is just do this. Let's just temporarily do this on image selected, right? So now we can actually get rid of all of this garbage here, right? And all of this. And really all of this, right? And all of that, right? Yeah. then here in the handle upload, let's just earlier return, and we don't really need this async here, right? Let's console log the response, or whatever I call it, how I call it response. Let's do this. And then if we get over here again, so if I do this and that, yeah, that's beautiful, right? So we're still getting it there, cleaned up a bunch of useless shit. That's great. Okay. And yeah, let's revert that a bit over here. So this now works. So this actually is not like this. This is now actually called, yeah, whatever. Let's call it data, right? And this is going to be just file, and then that, and then boom, boom. And then I think that's it. Yeah. So that now should be working. I'm pretty sure that we broke the upload avatar thing, and we're going to go to that in a moment to fix that up. But yeah, that's fine, right? So we can see, and you can see actually that the compression now works. Like this is just a demo, but you can see that it actually reduced the size to the defaults that I've set, right? So that's also good. Obviously, we'll fiddle with that now, but it works, yeah. So actually, if we take this image that was 9 megabytes, let's actually see what it does to it. Thank you very much for the follow. So let's see if we take this fella and try to upload it. So actually, you can see the compression does work really well. Of course, we completely ruined it, right? But yeah, this was the largest image we had, right? So that's great, actually. That's really good. I'll improve this further on off stream, because all of this is written in a stream and it's very different doing it here. Where is it? Profile? No. So let's go back over here. So this is almost good. This is almost good. Actually, it is good. It's fine. Yeah, that's actually really good. That's really good. Let's go back to the compression thing over here, right? And those are the defaults, right? Max width, max height, 100 quality 05. All right, so what is the width of this editor on desktop, right? So I think I will try to contain the width to, yeah, let's see, this is a CSS. So it's let's say 550, right? It might suck, I don't actually know. But let's say here max width 550. And this, we need to be very careful here how this is going to affect the aspect ratio of the image and stuff. So let's see what this does. So max width. Yeah, this can easily mess up images. So this is the biggest problem, right? Yeah, let's can you rewrite this without height and calculate the sizes so the aspect ratio of images isn't messed up? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And someone has also shared the compression library here again. Is that person still with us here? Are you still here with us? Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. This is kind of what I want, right? So I want to preserve, I want this, the chat has left chat. Okay, so this was the largest image we had. Let's see, what did it do to it? Okay, so that's really good. So this is kind of, I think, this is okay, right? If I open up the, now of course we have messed up the actual quality of it. That's a different story. We're gonna fiddle with that, but we can see this is the actual image that I'm uploading, right? And we've decreased the kind of density of pixels, I guess, by 50%, right? I'm using ChatGPT 4, and not every, it's, I think only 2 or 3 file types are allowed. Okay, and let's just investigate this a bit. I'm very interested into this now, actually. So let's see how, so this does heavily compress it, which is quite amazing, actually. So simple cookies, thanks for the idea. That was actually something I completely forgot about. So yeah, now it's actually doing what I wanted to do, right? So you can see 34 kilobytes from 10 megabytes, right? So that's a huge difference, right? Huge difference. So let's go to the here, right? And let's just leave the quality at 100%, right? Because I think at this point we reduce the image size to such extent, right, where reducing the quality of it isn't necessary, right? Because we are basically reducing every image to the width of 550 pixels, right? So that's obviously a lot, right? So if we take this image, which is 6 megabytes, right? Let's see. Thank you everybody for your follows. Okay, so yeah, so now this is slightly bigger, and now it's 445 kilobytes. Okay, so actually, yeah, so that number does quite heavily affect it, actually. So let's try 0.5. Let's try 0.7. Uh, can we somehow additionally turn this into a lossless thing? Let's see. So yeah, so it says, hey, here it would basically convert an image into a PNG, right? Always. So let's give it a shot. Why not? I mean, it's not right. It's not right. So let's give it a shot. And so here we're not actually providing that number, right? So let's take a look at that, right? So let's see the size now, right? Yeah. So that's not gonna do, right? I mean, it did compress it a lot, right? But it's still like half a megabyte, right? So for now, I think let's try to increase this to 0.7. Let's kind of fiddle with it and see what we get, right? For the most part, this is going to be fine, right? And again, right, we don't want to go super crazy here. Let's just find a sweet spot somewhere, right? 0.7 was okay. Let's try 0.9. No, but I'm actually fine to reduce the image quality a bit, right? I don't care, right? To me that's okay, right? As long as it doesn't, that's barely noticeable in most cases, right? All right, so right now the limit on images here is 50 kilobytes, right? So that's obviously too low. So let's find that sweet spot somewhere, right? So if we go to our API, right? If we get over here, so let's increase this to 100 kilobytes, right?   . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . And let's also, we haven't really researched about, I guess we don't really need a library, but Java, best image compression, JavaScript library, JavaScript, image.js, image compressor. All right, we don't need a fucking tutorial, man. All right, beautiful. What is this, Korean or something? Not gonna do, man. All right, that's a lot of code for compressing an image, but I guess, yeah, that's a lot of fucking code. All right, screw it. We go with this for now. I think this is perfectly fine. I like this. This is okay, right? I think for now this is okay. Because this is not an image gallery, right? This is not, you're not supposed to be uploading wallpapers here. Like, you're supposed to upload something useful, right? Not a freaking, you know, Mona Lisa or some stuff like that, right? So that is fine, right? Now let's just go to upload avatar here in the front end. And so on file loaded now, this we need to destructure, because now we're actually getting multiple properties, and one of them is the actual file. So let's just make sure we didn't mess up image upload, right? We still need to ensure that it works properly, right? So let's make sure that that still works. So let's try Favicon, let's try progressive web app. Yeah, still works, great. Awesome. So okay, good. So we made some progress for sure, right? That's great. So this we have an image input, so it's it's no longer called file input. It's called image input, and I think it's better because we just concerned it to do one thing, right? And I think that's fine, right? I'll see. I think it's pretty clean here. Yeah, it works. Yes, absolutely. It works now. It works now, and thank you, Simple Cookie, for reminding me of it, because I completely forgot. So that's a very good point. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it. Now let me just check one thing. So now this is going to be heavily compressed and actually successfully uploaded. That's amazing. Let's check mobile. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's fine, right? I don't think we're gonna be supporting images, maybe even here on the thoughts. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't. I just don't want the feed to end up with a bunch of garbage, right? Because it should be a clean space where people can share some thoughts, right? Instead of sharing a bunch of useless shit, right? So that's now. So there's a lot of questions which are not really technical to answer. It's rather user experience related, right? Because imagine now you come to this feed, right? And there's image after image, right? The experience of scrolling wouldn't be great, would it, right? You just keep scrolling and there's like shit tons of images there, right? Like you come here, right? Right? So it probably wouldn't be great, right? So yeah, so we need to be careful for this platform to stay clean, remain clean without garbage, right? And I truly believe that to achieve that experience, the platform has to guide you on how to use it, right? So I don't think we're gonna even allow images here. We're gonna allow images in the articles, right? So when you're writing an article, you can add an image and stuff like that, right? Shut the fuck up. Man, shut the fuck. Ah, it's so nice that I can tell you to shut the fuck up because it's in your name. Beautiful. And actually, give me just one moment. So what happened here? Okay. So this is basically computed, right? So, but what is truly the width of this? The width of this is 672. Okay, so what we're actually going to do in our image compressor, actually is we're going to do 672. No, that's our API. So let's go again to that default somewhere. Toolbar, image input. Nah. Hmm? Yeah, okay, I see. All right, sure. So if we go somewhere, yeah, so we need to actually move this file elsewhere, or to say we need to move this thing elsewhere. So we're gonna delete this and we're gonna move this utility method here, this function here. And then we're gonna get rid of that. And then we're gonna do this. And then if we get over here, we're gonna say 672 instead, because that's the width of this thing on desktop, right? So I think that's reasonable to do. So let's do this again. And let's try another image. So let's say this beautiful image, we do it. And then basically this spans full width of the actual allowed container. And then I think we should be doing this for each. So the width of the image shouldn't be bigger than the width of our own containers in the product. There's no point of it. So it's also kind of optimization, but also it's logical, right? Why would I allow rendering an image which is 2000 by 2000 here if we can only show it, right, in a container of 672, right? So of course now it would be greater if it's lossless, right? But we can do that in the next iteration. So let's do this slowly, step by step. So for now it's good, and then eventually we can use like some lossless format, as we saw, like PNG and stuff, right? So we'll see about that, right? So for now that's great. And of course it would be nice if we style this image a bit now and stuff when it's actually rendered in here, right? And that would be done. Let's actually do a bit of that stuff, right? So if I actually go here, so if we take a look at this, right? So here we can say, I don't know, P4 border, all right. What the fuck is happening? Awesome, man. Happy you enjoy it. It's my favorite musicians playing. This is the image in the editor, right? Yeah, okay. Well, actually, no. So let's not do that here. So where's our highlighter? If I go to taught content, here we have the highlighter, right? Yeah. And here's the HTML content, right? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Shit, man. Where was this? Where was I doing this? Generate HTML. No, so actually this should be, no, it's all good, all good. All good, all good, all good. So let's actually fix this shadow small, no. So border gray, let's say 600. We don't need the rounded whatever. Shadow, let's say LG, and like man said, remove the pointer. Crap, yeah. The reason why we haven't seen it apply because we need to actually upload a new image, right? And that's kind of sucks. So it would be nicer if we don't really need to carry those classes when we're with things, but that's a different. So when we use the draft.js, we kind of, that was pretty nice, but whatever, right? So now when we actually post it, right? No, no, okay, interesting. I would expect it to have the classes. So what's happening? Uh, no, no. Shit, I know. Because we're in my sanitizer, I'm not allowing this. You know that we did a lot of stuff for security reasons and stuff. So this is like overly secure now, right? In that sense. So I think we need to add those classes, right? So we need to allow this HTML element to load with those class names because we are sanitizing them. We are we only thing we can actually render is what we explicitly allow on each individual in each individual element, right? So that's why. So now we can actually see it being applied. Now, of course, I'm not saying that we should do it like this. Let's play with it a bit. But that's the idea, right? Yeah. It's Joe Satriani. Yeah, let's leave it like that. It's ugly. Okay. My pleasure, man. Oh shit, that's what the fuck. All right, cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's fine. I think we'll leave it there for now until we think of something else. Actually, thank you very much, everybody, for your follows and all of that stuff. Really appreciate it. No, I'm happy with my design skills very much. Design is not something you can just sit and do, right? You need to sit and design. It's like you don't, it's like any sort of design. You don't just sit and build it in 2 seconds, right? It does, that's not how it works. If it did, then you know what I mean, right? It takes a while to nail things to look nice and feel nice. It's not something that someone just sits and does it, right? Right? So that's kind of, so it's good. It's very good, I think. This is, I mean, systematic, right? All of those features we're building are systematic in a sense that we don't build them to fit just this thing, right? So that's why we take 2 or 3 streams with stuff like this, right? No, no, no. We don't do a rounded design here. It's very flat, right? Nothing ever in this design is going to be rounded. There's only one rounded element in here, and we're going to nuke that eventually. That's this crap. I just didn't have the time to change this, right? We are very futuristic. It's all squarey. Okay, great. Beautiful. Is there some looseless JavaScript compression library for the browser? Let's see, just before we round the compression down, let's just see if there's an addition, because now it works, right? So let's actually research this a bit. Honestly, it's been so long. Last time I was compressing things was in nodejs like 10 years ago or something, when I was working on a company for some file storage thing. So we have LZ string, November 2004. Okay. No, it's good. So, okay, let's research this a bit. No, not in the server, in Cloudflare images. Try to add some purple box shadow to text area. Ah, you mean on this box here? You mean here? To this thing? Actually, let's try. Why not, man? Thanks. Let's give it a shot. Let's go to... Wait, is this the whole thing is a tip tap thing, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's over here, right? Oh shit, this is production. Sorry. Oh my god, that's like massive. Jesus, relax, Alex. So let's zoom in a bit here. Yeah, but this is kind of too radical, right? I mean, the border, I see. Maybe more like border, just offset. Okay. So basically you want like, oops. I mean, actually what we could technically do, right, is, wait. So we could make indeed this editor. Fuck, dude, I actually agree with you, man. I 100% agree with you, dude. I agree with you that send me the thing that I can copy paste, man. Just because I'm ungrateful and too lazy. Send me something. I can only copy paste. I can't really code. No, no, no. You need to write it exactly. Write it. Write it, bro. Write it. I think this is better, right? I think this is actually better. Fuck, this is better, man. Foops, this is a good suggestion. I think this is actually better. No, but I think even without shadow, fuck shadow, right? I think this is already better. Wait. Yeah, exactly. Ah, so nice. So nice. I don't honestly think we need shadow at all. I don't think so. I think this is great. Thank you everybody for your follows. Appreciate it very much. I think this is great. I mean, again, we need to preserve the flatness of things and stuff, right? So we need to be careful with details, right? This is actually great. That's not bad at all. We're gonna be getting rid of this stuff as well. We're gonna have this floating thing. So essentially, in one of the next streams, we're gonna be implementing something like this. Let me show you. I think they have a demo here or something. Demo, yeah. But we're gonna be implementing. We're gonna be copy pasting some of this stuff. So we're gonna have you're gonna be able to press slash, then get some commands, and then you're gonna be able to also, just like yeah, the exactly. So we're gonna be implementing some of those features from this. We're gonna just actually take their extensions from directly, right? But we first need to make sure that. But yeah, but this is gonna go away. This is gonna go away, right? For sure. So nice. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you very much for the suggestion, Foops. That was a great suggestion, actually. I must admit. That was a great suggestion. Because we've been doing a lot of random shit in the stream. Well, let's just commit this. Hawk, good evening, buddy. Thank you very much, man. Glad you like it. Glad you like it, man. Make sure that you guys sign up at programmer.network, please. And I'm streaming very regularly, so if you want to hang out, learn something, and of course contribute to the project as well, then please do so. Actually, we haven't really done anything in the API today, anything significant at least, right? And then yeah, this actually doesn't do shit anyway. Actually, yeah, exactly. Let's push that as well. Ah, shit, that's actually not what I wanted to do. I wanted to remove this, so it's okay. All right, cool. That is great. That's great. So we have that stuff done. That oh yeah. So what? So yeah, we've been trying to wait. Let's continue researching this. So this library designed to fulfill the need for fast, efficient, and very compressible string compression in JavaScript. It achieves compression ratio that are comparable to those provided by algorithms. Blah blah blah. Rodrigo, thank you very much, buddy. Paco, the high performance libport JavaScript works in browser and Node. Okay, interesting. I mean, yeah, I don't know if any of those would actually benefit us really, to be honest, right? That's the thing, right? Because they're just overall compression libraries for files, not images necessarily, right? Yeah, right. So this isn't something that it would really benefit us much, right? Actually, let's go to our Cloudflare images, right? Because completable dev. Oh my God, look who is there. Good evening, Patty. It's been I feel it's been quite some time. I don't know. I don't know when I saw you last time. So let's so here in Cloudflare images, right, we have variants, right? Flexible variants allow you to create variants with dynamic resizing. Once activated, it's possible to use resizing parameters on any Cloudflare image, right? Ah, you're often here. Well, thank you very much, man, for being here. And please, whenever you have the time, just say hi or something. It's kind of motivating to see people, you know, coming back and stuff. So whenever you can, just say hi. So this is basically, right, our Cloudflare images, right, service. And I think since I'm paying for this anyway, I think we should try to kind of use this more. Thank you, man. Thanks for that. I think we should use this more, right? Because we can scale the stuff on Cloudflare as well. I mean, we don't really need to anymore because now we're implementing that stuff locally anyway, right? But I should kind of read their docs on this a bit. If you need more flexibility than regular variant allow, you can create flexible variants. Flexible variants allow you to create variants with dynamic resizing. This option is not enabled by default. You can enable flexibility through the dashboard via API. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's gonna take a long time until we even go over $10 a month, right? I mean, it's gonna take maybe never actually, right? I mean, we can store 100,000 images, right? Okay, well, we don't really need this, right? So we can just go away from that. So it's okay. We don't really need that. Okay. Okay. Well. Anyway, but this change for the editor was really nice. I really like it very much. So again, thank you. Thanks for the suggestion. I think it kind of emphasizes it kind of makes you want to type something, right? Then we're gonna eventually get rid of this in a couple of days or maybe a week or two, and then it's just gonna be in line and stuff. So it's basically gonna be just an empty box, right? This is where I want to end. I just want it to be a box like this, right? So you can see, yeah, exactly. There's no such thing with unlimited read write. I mean, it's 100,000 images a month, right? Served, right? I think you pay this service by how many images you serve, not how many you store, right? Where can I actually check that for you? I don't remember. Yeah, so here, right? So you can create up to 20 variants. You only pay for the original images. So you can see that it's not true. You don't pay for the variants. So you can deliver 100,000 images and then $1 per 100,000 delivered. So if we go over 100,000 delivered, we then pay $1 for each additional 100,000, right? So that's super cheap. I don't think that this being a side project is ever going to reach that even remotely, right? Right. So if we exceed this, then it's $1 per 100,000, right? So that is super cheap, right? And you can see here, you can actually go continue and you can say, hey, I want to add 1 million images extra, right? So we go 10 here, right? So now total image storage capacity. So if we want to store 1,000, so 100, so 1 million images is 50 bucks a month. I mean, if you reach a point in any project where you were storing, 1 million images, then you already succeeded most likely. So this number becomes insignificant, even if it was 500 or 5,000, right? So 1 million images. I mean, that's like, what the hell, right? right? 1 million is like what are we, a porn site or something, right? 1 million images, right? Time to create 1 million accounts, exactly. Okay, how many people did sign up today? Actually, it's always so motivating to see. Yeah, actually, a bunch of people. Well, not bunch, 5 people this stream. Nice. Nice avatar. Oh my god, it's so cool. It fits this platform so well, those kind of those avatars without the background, right? Fuck, actually, maybe I should pay for some designer on Fiverr, and they can maybe design, I don't know, 40, 50 different variants, so when you sign up you can kind of choose, I don't know, you get what I mean. I think that could be something worth paying for, right? Something that fits the platform. Like this looks super cool, right? Nice. Cool. All right, great. So let's see. Okay, so we're kind of done with that in that sense right now. Did you, Bounty? Oh wait, this is a local host. Nice, you did. Okay, I'll need to read this. Let me bookmark it. Yeah, I'll read it. Did I bookmark it? I did. Nice. Okay. Okay, so it's 1 a.m. here, but it's fine. It's a weekend tomorrow, so I'm not going to work. So what else could we now move on doing? I mean, the thing is now the main question is, should we enable this and and I think we should, in fact. But I don't think we should enable this for thoughts. I think we should enable this for articles. So when you're writing an article, you can upload an image, right? Oh shit! Wait, that's hilarious. Okay. All right. So let's maybe. I mean, maybe we could even release this crap. I don't actually know, right? Okay. Uh. Okay. Okay. Sure. 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 Okay. So let's do a bit more work. So let's go to create thought here in the backend, right? Okay. So I think the only thing left really is that we abstract this thing away, right? So we abstract this away because we want to be able to upload an image at any certain point, at any certain feature, right? Now we're in the thoughts because I was testing the image uploading here. So let's actually take this to the actual TipTap utils instead, maybe. And we should kind of just extend this. So let's do this a bit, right? Now let's see what we can do here, right? So content with images, yeah. Okay, so let's say something like this. Content, sorry, let's say so let's say something like this. Get content with images, right? Exactly. Let me know if the music is too loud. And the tags actually don't belong here, so that doesn't belong here, right? Music is perfect, awesome, beautiful. Music to my ears, amazing. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this, but whatever. Let's just do it like that. Let's do it in steps, right? Let's not get crazy about it, right? So here we're gonna actually, yeah. Or charge it, man. You cannot leave. You're not allowed to leave, dude. You're not allowed to leave, okay? Should we recharge? Change to high. Yeah, man, and I'm also streaming in like 1440p. It's like the only streamer who streams in like 2K. I know that some people are lagging on their phones when they're watching me. It's like, dude, why are you streaming 1440p? Because I'm cool, man. Because I'm super fucking cool, all right? That's why, okay? Because I'm super cool. Super cool. That's what it is. Super cool, man. Like when, like, I'm super fucking cool, man. Like you are the shit. Yeah, yeah. Linux. Everybody knows that Linux is incredible, stable operating system, and we all know that that is the main reason for that. Okay, let's not trigger people. Let's not trigger people. It's okay. Actually, everybody knows that Linux fucking sucks ass. Okay. Actually, Windows fucking sucks. No, Mac. Mac is the worst. No, actually, Android sucks. Never. No. You know what? No. iOS fucking sucks, man. Everybody knows that. Disgusting. Disgusting, right? Horrible. Fucking Linux, man. This Windows operating system is the worst. Oh my god, this Mac OS is bullshit. Actually, Windows Phone was the best phone, and I'm not kidding now. I'm that serious. I was actually very sad. I had Windows Lumia 1030 and I had Windows Lumia 1. I genuinely am telling you the best freaking phone ever. I was so sad that it was, I mean, that it was so freaking fast, man, and I had to, I just gave up because nobody built apps for it. I mean, Windows Phone fate is like Linux fate, right? Like, it's such a low market share that nobody wants to build apps for. Like even those poor Linux guys, those 14 people who are still using Linux, right? Even them, they're installing Wine so they can run Windows apps, right? Irony, right? Exactly. There's around 15 individuals on the planet left who are still using actually Linux, right? Super brave people. I actually have a high respect for them, right? Super brave, super brave. Super brave people. Oops, what the fuck did I press? But everybody knows that Mac OS is the best. I mean Windows. Linux. I mean Windows is the best, or Linux, or what? Linux. When I was working at Airtime, maybe 6 7 years ago, we had this meme. We were saying Linux, Linux. It was beautiful. I miss those days. Are you using Linux? Linux is definitely great if you're depressed and you want to just increase the level of depression. I think it's beautiful thing. Like if I wanted to be even more depressed than I already am, then I would definitely switch to Linux right away. 100% would switch right away to Linux. Linux. Ah, shit, we forgot to do that. But I still, I don't hate myself to that level yet. You know what's the irony actually? You know why I always like I'm dying inside when I talk about this? Because I was using Linux for 12 years, right? So I was using Linux for many years, and I've used so many different distros. I used everything from Ubuntu, Mandriva, Arc, Debian. I remember using Debian 6. When I was working like in 2008, my server was running on. Uh, so so it's just I just like to mess with you guys. But genuinely, I mean, I've spent many years using Linux, and I've spent many years using Mac, and I've spent many years using Windows. Like, this is my work laptop. This is my MacBook Pro, right? So I use clearly all operating systems, and I can tell you with certainty, right, that Linux is unstable from all three. There's no question about that. So this is not because I'm not opinionated towards any of those three. I think all of those three operating systems are great. Is right, is whatever, right? But it's factual, right? Linux is not stable, right? I think this thing that I'm using here, because the biggest problem for me, Linux isn't about stability, right? I mean, I don't have I didn't stop using Linux because it was unstable. That was the least relevant stuff. I stopped using it because there are no apps. Like, for example, as I said a couple of streams ago, even this fucking microphone barely works on Linux. My Stream Deck, my Streamlights, this camera doesn't have the drivers for it. So people often underestimate the fact that Linux isn't Linux doesn't suffer from a market share because it's necessarily unstable. It suffers. Think about it this way: Windows Phone was amazing, but the reason why it failed wasn't because the operating system was bad. It's just it couldn't gain market share. So there were no apps for it. There was no support. Hence, you couldn't use it. For example, when I was using Windows Phone, right? Like all of the major applications existed, but if you needed like some government, for example, I live in Denmark, so we have a lot of apps on mobile. If you want to log into your doctor, if you want to log into your bank, you need to have those government kind of applications built by government, right? And those never existed, right? So for the same reason why Windows Phone died is the same reason why so very few people are using Linux, is because there's just no support, right, for it. There's so much software that I use that doesn't exist for Linux, right? And that is the problem, right? That is the problem. So it's not the stability itself; it's just the lack of support. I mean, look at even Chica. 2 3 days ago, his kernel failed, right? And I mean, I had that happening 5,000 times in my life. I remember maybe in 2000 and maybe 7 or 8. I mean, I remember as a kid, I was using. There used to be something called Backtrack. I think today that's called Kali Linux. But when I worked as a Cisco engineer, right? Because I started my career like 15, 16 years ago as a Cisco engineer, I used this, and I was using it to penetrate. I used it to penetrate, access point stations and stuff like that. And this was great because it came with, Yeah, I think today it's called Kali, but back then when I was using this, it was called Backtrack, right? But yeah, it's simply, there's no support, and that's just how it is, right? So it serves a specific purpose 100%. Like if I was still working as a, so for example, if I was still working as a C++ engineer, if I was still working as a network engineer, I would probably go back to Linux, right? But doing web development on Linux is just fucking plain stupid. I'm sorry, but it makes no sense. Like Mac OS in my experience is the best right now by far when it comes to generally development. I mean, I love my I've been using, professionally for work mostly Mac past 10 to 12 years now, like because all the companies where I work, they get me a MacBook Pro, right? And it's just flawless, man. I think this laptop, man, I I restart it every like 3 months, and I only do that because there's an update. So it's so freaking stable, man. Like super super stable. Like I've never. It's beautiful. It's 13-inch. I don't know. I don't know. Like I have. I'm not a fan of Apple. I don't actually. I'm quite contrary. But when it comes to this laptop, it's so good. It's so good. It's crazy. Actually, when I started this stream a couple of months ago, I streamed from the actual laptop, but then it was poor thing was pretty much just dying, so it couldn't handle it. Yeah, that's how it is. But now we have best of both worlds. We have Windows for some stuff, and then all of this is running in Linux. How beautiful is that? And I have to. I think Microsoft nailed it with that thing. Look at this. I have my servers. I have my services here running in Ubuntu. This is Ubuntu, right? It's just I have both great things, right? I can run whatever I want on Windows, every application that you can imagine, and then I can just do development on Linux, right? How great that is. What did I want to do? What did I want to do? I lost a thought. Yeah, yeah. Wait, give me a second. I wanted to do something. Shit, man, I lost it. I don't know. I genuinely like. Again, you can see clearly that I'm using all operating system. I never had issues with my MacBook Pro, right? Ever, like ever. Like it's the only laptop, and I had literally maybe 15, maybe even more laptops past decade plus, right? I had Dell XPS 4K. I had Razer laptop. I had Asus laptop. I had Fujitsu Siemens. I had MacBook Pro. So I had a lot of them, right? And so for the transparency of VS Code, it's called background. And if you want to replicate my terminal, I made a YouTube video about it. Like, if you want to do this, you can open this repo that I just shared. My pleasure. So this is and I also made a YouTube video about this. So if you want to configure it, if you're also running Windows, I mean, I only use this machine for streaming, but if you want to configure this stuff that I have here, then you can watch that video there on YouTube. Yeah, okay, but fuck, I lost my thought. What did I want to do? Going back here. Give me 1 second. Jesus fucking Christ, man. My pleasure, man. Okay, so we unified this, and that's great. So that's beautiful, actually. That's literally almost as great as I wanted it to be. I had some thought, but I lost it. The front end is also fine. Lyso, my pleasure, man. My pleasure. Enjoy it. Make sure to follow me on YouTube if you haven't already. I would subscribe, follow, whatever is it called. Thanks a lot. What the fuck did I want to do, man? I wanted to do something, and we just discussed so many things. Do you mind sending me your? Uh, You mean my settings of the terminal? Is that what you mean? You mean the settings? Because I think the settings are in the repo already, most likely. All right. Amos, thank you very much, man, for following on YouTube. Appreciate it. Content with images. And then we stringify it. All right. I'm running Ubuntu on Windows Linux subsystem, so a lot better than a virtual machine. And it's seriously, man. Okay, I mean, keep in mind, right? This is a very insane machine, right? This is like a 16 core 2900K. This is like a gaming computer I built for streaming, right? I mean, I don't play games, but this is like a 16 core CPU with a DDR4. I mean, I downclocked it to 4800, but this RAM, so this RAM is clocked to run on 6000 megahertz, right? So I could increase this. It's pointless. I just wanted to keep the CPU temperatures a bit down, right? But I could literally increase this. So, and then the GPU is RTX 3070, right? And this guy is doing the most work, right? So this is a very insane machine, right? You can see that my CPU is underutilized because there's 16 cores, right? But yeah, so it's a very, very crazy machine. But yeah, it's great for streaming, and that's why I kind of built it, right? It's a very expensive thing. It's probably several thousand euros I paid for this. I think only graphics card when I bought it, it was like this chipset. It was the chips were missing from the market. I think I paid like 1,000 euros only for the GPU. CPU was like 700, 800 euros. Motherboard was like 500 euros, something like that. So it was very expensive, very expensive. Oh yeah, I know what I want to do. Yeah, I spent a lot of something like that. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah. Okay, so let's just do one thing. If we no, 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 no. We can't do that. All good, all good. Wait a minute, wait a minute. So let's imagine. So we have a. Let's just review this before we fully go with it. So we have my Cloudflare image service. I have my batch upload here. If we fail, I created this fake sense of transaction. Then we're gonna return this. That's great. So we are handling an error in there. Let me just follow through with that. So, okay, so this is gonna, so there's no exceptions that are gonna happen here, so that's good. So this is good. Technically, this could fail, I guess, for some reason, right? And yeah, so that would kind of, yeah, fuck. Okay, so I guess what we could do. Wait a minute, let me just think about it for a second. Get content image, yeah. So this thing could be part of this under quotes transaction here, right? I had same build 3080 and AMD. Yeah, actually. So my OMG, when I was building this computer, I was in doubt between that CPU 5950X because I know it's also insane and 12,900K. And to be very honest with you, I had Intel computers. I only AMD computer I had was in 2001, I believe. I had AMD Duron, like 700 megahertz, like SD RAM and stuff. This is like, what, 20 something years ago. Pantera. I mean, I have a Pantera playlist, dude. Just say it, bro. Just say it, bro. Like, what the fuck, man? Wait, let's go with Pantera. Let's go with hopefully not too many weak souls are here. Let's go. Actually, I've been to Pantera a couple of weeks ago, man. I've been to Pantera in Copenhagen a few weeks ago. Let me actually show you some pictures. So I've been to Pantera. I've been to Pantera here in Copenhagen on a Copenhagen festival a few days ago. A week or two ago, actually. Give me 1 second. Let me find some videos for you. Zach Wild played. Fucking stupid phone, man. I don't know. You probably can't see shit. Yeah, of course you can't, because I disabled autofocus. How the fuck do I turn this, man? Wait. Let me do it. Wait. Yep, enough. All right. Exactly. Fucking noob. Exactly. I don't even deserve this phone. Tips app is JSON. Okay, so let me try to unify this a bit, right? So if I go into, and Sako, my dear friend, I love you, man. No, let's leave it. Fuck it. Kakv. Man, I'm such a boomer. Like when I see those emojis that you guys are posting, I would fucking just like slap all of you in the face in 3 seconds. Kakv. Ruffle Mao Lomao. Jesus fucking Christ, grow up. Sako is the best at that. He likes to annoy me. He likes to trigger me. Oh, Mega Lul. Oh my god. I will, man. And I mean, you can already count on it. I didn't answer you because so our friends arrived today at around 6 p.m. to Fredericksburg, so we're gonna see them tomorrow at 2 and spend the weekend with them. But I mean, already, yeah. Let me speak to my wife tomorrow, then we can figure out the time. Luls, lol. Oh, mega lul. Ruffle mao kakva. But I think this music isn't for those poor souls here. I think many people here are overly sensitive, and we need to take care of them. We need to take care of them, right? So let's switch to something a bit different, right? Let's go. Give me a second. Let's do some legendary albums here. Let's listen to some System of a Down, okay? All right, there we go. Okay, so this is good. Fuckers. Ah, I see. What the fuck, man? How is this possible? Is this like, is there some implicit coercion happening here? Sako, so I think we're kind of finished with image upload stuff. We also implemented some image compression. So right now, basically, I can actually show you because you haven't been here. So basically we've implemented this compress image as part of the image input. So now basically when you upload an image, what I do, depending on the context, you can pass that as a prop. But for instance, if we ever enable image uploads here in the context of thoughts, right? So this image, for example, as you can see, is like around 7 megabytes, 6.8 megabytes. If I actually, let's actually, give me 1 second. This thing actually, Chrome is failing a bit with due to some reason. I don't actually know why. Beautiful. I just wanted to show. Yeah. Well, great. I just wanted to show it to you, but beautiful. Just that won't load the page. Like it. It's great. Jesus Christ, man. No. No luck, Sako. Oh, shit. This is one of my childhood songs. Come on, man. Why are you failing on us now? I mean, I never really, literally ever had issues with VSL. So something has recently happened, I think, with Vita or something. I either upgraded Vita or whatever, right? So I don't know what happened. I've never, literally ever had issues with the VSL, right? So I don't know with Windows Linux subsystem. Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. How hard is it? Give me 1 second. I need to restart my Docker. You insulted Gen Z's speed. It's kind of just to be a little bit political here. Like I've been really I love politics and philosophy and logic and all of that shit, and I spend a lot of time on it. And I kind of came to a realization that, and I've seen that throughout my own kind of growth through my own self. Is like when you're young, right? When you're young, you're very prone to all of those majestic ideas about the world. Like nobody should ever be hungry, and we should all have the same. And you have a lot of those truly genuine ideas, truly genuine feelings, right? So you're very kind of left aligned, you're very kind of liberal. But then as you grow older and older, your perception changes. You get a first shitty job, then you realize how shitty life sometimes can be. So in simple words, it's like kind of funny that when you say Gen Z, I don't think that such thing exists, because the Gen Z, it's also going to end up thinking in a certain way just when it's so. I guess every generation is a Gen Z. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And then when you reach specific age, right, and some experience, then you just realize that there's no Gen Z and Gen, X and Y, whatever. It's just, yeah. There's no such thing as boomer. All of you guys are gonna be boomers as well. I don't know those terms, Gen Z, but so that's why it's called Gen Z, because it's gonna be the last. Got it. I didn't know that actually. That's actually amazing. Yeah, yeah, we are all fucked up indeed. With that, I agree. All right, so nice, so nice. I can't. Maybe it's time that we go to bed. It's like 1:30 in the morning here. So maybe my computer is telling me, maybe Windows Linux subsystem is telling me, dude, it's enough. But generally tomorrow when I wake up, I'll need to take a look into this. Wait, upgrade VSL to. Wait. Well, I mean, I did catch that train, so I do have a wife and a son, and hopefully more children. I guess I was lucky, but I feel you. But I think it's all in people's head, right? I think that I don't know, right? It's just not agreeing with that sentiment, right? So hard to even compile something. Beautiful. You know what? Let's round it up. Fuck it. I'm not gonna be fixing this here now. So let's just round it up. It's literally like 1:30 a.m. here. So I think I'm just gonna go and get some sleep. Well, what is to say? Thank you guys. Thank you for coming. Especially those of you whose sleep is for the weak. Well, it is, but when you get a kid, then you realize that if you don't have the sleep, then you're fucked. So yeah, yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for being here. When Alex closes shop, exactly. Sako, I'll get back to you tomorrow when I talk to Diana. And let's arrange something for next week. And yeah, Fox, thank you very much. Stay well, be well. Thank you for being here with me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow evening again. Be good. Peace out. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.